Future Trunks has now arrived at the same rocky wasteland that it was before, waiting for Goku to arrive from Namek. As a few hours would pass, Goku never shows up. He doesn't even sense his energy up in space, which this does worry Trunks, because did him going back already change a lot? Where's Goku? So the first thing he would go is try to find the next power source, and he does feel one nearby, up near Mount Paozu. Well, maybe Gohan or somebody's there, he doesn't know. He would then find Goku. Now, Goku has just defeated the monstrous Cooler with pretty much ease, and this has already ended, so they have the next 3 years to continue training for the androids. Now, this time around, once when Trunks does find Goku, they will still have a conversation about the future and what's happening, talk about the heart virus, the medicine. That conversation will go the same. Trunks would still test Goku first to see if he can trust him and to see if he's strong enough, which Goku easily was. Trunks was actually shocked with how strong Goku actually was in terms of power levels. Goku was very busted. He's way stronger than he was originally, and way stronger than Trunks is. So Trunks could definitely trust Goku, and he says, "You would easily beat the androids of my time with that power, for sure." And Goku states, "I could always go back to the future with you if you want and stop them." As Trunks might take that offer, but he says, for now, focus on these androids, because they might be different, because even me going back in time has already changed so much. So, this time around, Piccolo did hear the conversation, because again, Piccolo has super hearing. He can hear things from across the planet. He would then explain it his own way to the rest of the Z Fighters, who would have the next 3 years to continue their training. Now, Goku knows the best way to get stronger is the Room of Spirit and Time, and that only way, he would then take Gohan and Piccolo up to meet up with Kami. Now, Goku would even tell everybody else that we should use this Room of Spirit and Time as 1 day outside equals 1 year on the inside. Now, Vegeta definitely wants to take up on this offer. Now, Vegeta by this point will go into the Hyperbolic Time Chamber first, which Goku's not too eager to jump in first. He'll let Vegeta have it, as if that will make them stronger, then he'll do what needs to be done. Now, this means that Vegeta does go in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber early. If you guys remember, he went in there originally with Trunks, and he did go in there for a second time, but it didn't really change much. Now, Vegeta would train, which was the hardest training he's ever done, and he would have gotten a lot stronger if he trained with Trunks, but that's irrelevant. Now, by this point, Vegeta would then exit with his broken armor, and Vegeta does have Super Saiyan. Immediately, before Goku could even go in, Vegeta challenges Goku to a match right now. As Vegeta's already fully recovered, he would brand a new thing of armor, and he would then challenge Goku to a match right now. As Vegeta thinks about how strong he's become, he thinks that he can beat Kakarot. Now, Goku would not deny this challenge, and he would then accept it. The two would then fly away from Kami's lookout, and they would land far away near the rocky wasteland where they originally fought before. And Vegeta states, "This is a perfect place to put your grave. I'll beat you to the ground and prove that I'm number one, and then when these androids show up, I'll take care of them." Now, they fight in base form, and it's shown that Goku is a little bit stronger, but he's holding back, as he doesn't want to hurt Vegeta, but yes, Goku is holding back a lot. But Vegeta has gotten way stronger, Goku can see that. Now, this is when Vegeta would then tell Kakarot to go into a Super Saiyan form, and he'll do the same. As Goku would do so, turning into a Super Saiyan, Vegeta would then transform into one himself, surprising Goku that Vegeta could do it. But he's not too surprised. Vegeta's so strong in terms of mental capacity, in terms of his willpower, that he's not surprised that Vegeta unlocked it. And Vegeta states, "Now I am become the prince once again, and I'm gonna beat you." Now, this match will be pretty epic, as the other Z Fighters are watching from far away. Gohan was waiting and watching, but he knew that his father was going to win. Piccolo knew it too. And Goku was easily outclassing Vegeta, but he was kind of keeping around Vegeta for a little bit, as he wants to see how strong he is. Vegeta would then showcase his new attack, a Big Bang attack, hitting Goku full force. Now, since Vegeta did turn into a Super Saiyan, he's cocky. He thinks that Goku is weaker than him. As you remember, even when he was getting beat up by the androids first, he thought that he was still stronger than them. And that's just Vegeta's ego, and it's also the Super Saiyan power kind of messing with his mind. Because remember, Super Saiyan is a very emotional form. Initially, until you master it. This form will basically make your emotions run rampant and makes you a bit more wild-like. Which is, Goku was the only reason why he was able to survive it for so long is because he's very pure of heart, but he's awakened by fury. Vegeta isn't. Vegeta's not pure of heart. Vegeta's a crazy guy. So Vegeta thinks that he's beating up Goku until once when the dust settled, Goku was okay. He had some dust on his outfit. His outfit was a little torn, but he didn't really have that much damage really at all. Not even a scratch. Vegeta was shocked to see this, as Goku would then power up to his full strength, easily outclassing Vegeta. Vegeta unfortunately has zero chance against Goku, and Vegeta states, "You held back," and Goku says, "Yes, I didn't want to go out at first. I want to see what you could do." And Vegeta would lose, and this would really crush his pride, but Goku would tell him that in order to use the true power of a Super Saiyan, you need to be pure of heart and awakened by fury. That is what I am. You awakened it just out of rage. That's not the way to master Super Saiyan. And Vegeta, I think, would just be silent as he lost. I mean, what else can he say? His pride was just shot. He thought he had Kakarot, but Kakarot was just toying with him. He was holding back until the very end. That's disgraceful to a Saiyan. He tells Goku, then why don't you just kill me then? I want to die like a warrior. Goku says, I'm not going to do that. And this is when Goku would then leave with Gohan, and they would then go into the Room of Spirit and Time on their own. Now, Goku and Gohan would then spend the next year inside the Room of Spirit and Time. Goku would of course take Gohan, because Gohan's very strong. While Gohan does have his kind nature, he does have a way more, I would say, warrior mindset, because he's trained with Goku and Piccolo. And also Gohan's very strong. Now, could Piccolo enter inside there as well, since he only drinks water? Possibly, but for what purposes, Popo only states that 2 people can stay in there, as that would make more sense, only having 2 people. So Piccolo states that's fine by him. Him and Goku can go back in there if they want to after him and Gohan are done, which Goku's fine with that, as Popo stated that it's only about 2 years total that you can go in there at a time. So realistically, Goku doesn't even need to leave the time chamber. Gohan can exit, Piccolo can enter right on in, and he'll just bring some stuff, that capsules that Bulma has for food, which is fine by Goku to restock. Since Piccolo doesn't need to eat food, he only needs to drink water, which is fine by him. So him and Gohan would then spend the next 1 year total training. Gohan by this point would be unlocking Super Saiyan a little bit earlier, because he's already a little bit stronger as well, and Goku's pushing him inside the Room of Spirit and Time. Gohan would unlock the form a little bit earlier. So he was around 8 to 9 years old at this time, so he's not the youngest Super Saiyan, but he is currently, as Goten unlocked it when he was 7. So by this point, Gohan has gotten very strong. They've also learned to master Super Saiyan while in this place. Goku does know the way to push Super Saiyan by bulking up in size, but he knows that that is a useless form. That the form just uses up stamina, and it just makes you too bulky and you can't do anything. And Gohan agrees. So they just learn to master Super Saiyan fully. Now Goku can feel that there's a level beyond that. He also knows, because he saw Gohan near the very end tap into it when they were pushed past their limits. Gohan has been able to keep up with Goku because of his raw potential. Now Goku was very far ahead of Gohan, but with Gohan's potential and natural learning ability, he was actually able to catch up to Goku, being near equal, but Goku still had the slight edge. But he knows that if Gohan stays in for another year, Gohan will surpass him for sure. And for some fans, they may not like it because this is a Goku OP what if, but let's be realistic here. Gohan does have more potential than Goku, this is factual. And Gohan is very strong. We'll get into how strong they are in just a moment. Now, once when Gohan does leave, as he'll go do his studying and stuff like that, but he will keep in shape, of course, as Chi-Chi needs him to come back home. You know how wives are. Vegeta does want to go back in the time chamber again, but he can't right now since everybody has to take their turn. He went first. So Goku would stay in there for 1 more year, which only angers Vegeta more. Piccolo would tell him to shut up, and he would just walk right in there. Now, this is when Piccolo and Goku would continue their training. Now that Goku took most of the months actually training Gohan, that's why Gohan was able to catch up too, because while Goku did get stronger, he was mainly just training Gohan, making Gohan be able to catch up. Now that it's just him and Piccolo, they can really go at it and really push their limits. Now, I think that these two really develop as characters, because I think their rivalry is completely gone now at this point in terms of being enemies. Piccolo's seen past that. And Piccolo, by this point, is a changed guy. Even though he doesn't have Nail to influence him, being around Gohan and Goku more does change him. And especially being locked in with Goku for a year, they do get along. Now, Piccolo is pushing his Power Unleashed form, or you can say, or we'll just call it his Ultimate form, just to make it more simple, or Ultimate Piccolo. He's pushing that power even further. Now, this is when I think when Goku was overpowering Piccolo, Piccolo would then tap into a new power, and he would unlock Orange Piccolo. Now, Orange Piccolo is way stronger. As before, when he fought against the Gammas, he basically was getting pretty much overpowered at first, and he's at the same level about Super Saiyan Blue level characters. But once when he went Orange Piccolo, he one-shot one of the Gammas with ease, as they did no damage to him. That makes him either 10 to 20 times stronger, which is like Blue evolved, which makes sense because that's comparable to Vegeta and Goku. But anyway, so Piccolo's gotten way stronger, and I think he would overpower Goku. Now, Piccolo's a genius as well with mastering energy. They know that there's a form beyond Super Saiyan and Goku will unlock it. But unfortunately, during that time during the year, Goku's heart virus would then flare up. Now, Goku can just easily leave the time chamber, but he wants to grow stronger. So during that time, and just to make sure that time goes by quicker, he doesn't know how long he'll be out for, Piccolo would just leave and gather the medicine, or you can have Popo come in, and Goku would just recover on his own. Now, realistically, they would probably pull Goku out, but I think that with Goku's mindset of staying inside the Room of Spirit and Time, it's the safest place for him anyway. He would just stay in there, and Piccolo would just give him the medicine and stuff like that, and a couple of days later, he would recover, and he's back to full strength again. So, Goku's heart virus finishes pretty early, and they're still within the first year of training for the androids. They still have 2+ years left, so they're going to be pretty strong. Now, during this time, Goku and Piccolo would continue their training once again, taking it slow to make sure the heart virus doesn't come back, but over the next couple of weeks, Goku's perfectly fine, and they would get back to it. Now, near the end of the final year, him and Piccolo were going at it. Now, they did bring sensu beans, as Korn does have some, and I feel like Piccolo would be pretty cool if he could heal, but nah, not really. But by this point, Goku is being pushed past his limits, fighting someone as strong as Piccolo. Piccolo's way stronger than Goku right now. It's kind of ridiculous. As remember, Piccolo's orange form is very OP. Now, with Goku being pushed near his limit, he knows that's what he needs to break past the wall and unlock a new power. This is when I think that both of them are very bloodied and fighting. Goku would finally push past it and burst into Super Saiyan 2 for the first time. He would then fight Piccolo and actually push him back before both of them would basically pass out due to energy loss. Goku would then spend the next couple of weeks inside the Room of Spirit and Time that they have left, which is only a couple of minutes left, and they would then spend that time to really try to study the form and learn how to unlock it. As Goku now, he can tap into Super Saiyan 2. It does take good effort, but he can tap into it. And he's already mastered Super Saiyan. Piccolo's gotten a good hang of his orange form, and they would walk out in their base forms, and people can see just how much stronger they are, as it's absolutely absurd. Now, the Earthlings and everybody else would all go inside the Room of Spirit and Time on their own, and they do stand the full year. Now, once when this was done, Vegeta would want to go back in there for another year, but Popo states that we can't right now because of how many uses the time chamber has had. The time can only be reset so many times before I have to go fix things and restock everything. Which Vegeta was angry, and Goku states, don't worry, Vegeta, you still got 2 years. I mean, that's over 600, 700 days, so in reality, you could always just come back. And people know about Goku's heart virus. He says, guys, I'm perfectly fine. I was out for a couple of days, but I'm back to my full strength and I'm good. Which everybody was very relieved to hear that. So during that time, Goku would spend the next year plus training with Piccolo, as he feels like he's strong enough now to face down the androids for sure, as he doesn't even have the heart virus bothering him anymore. He thinks he can definitely take him down, especially with Piccolo too. So he would spend the next year plus, because of Chi-Chi's nagging, to train with Gohan and do his usual thing, but make Gohan study as well. Goku would continue his life starting to do farming. Now, we're going to jump forward the last year, and just to be safe, Goku wants Gohan to go in the Room of Spirit and Time with him one more time. Just for one more year. Chi-Chi doesn't like that because, oh, Gohan's getting old, but it doesn't really matter. He's technically only, I would say, around 11 years old, 12 years old by this point. Goku's about 30 by this point. But either way, him and Gohan, they would then go back in the Spirit and Time one more time. Now, Vegeta has gone back in there on his own 2 more times, and that's still not enough to catch up to Goku, because reason why, Vegeta cannot unlock Super Saiyan 2, and he's also training wrong. He's overtraining, as Goku states, so his power level doesn't really change much. He is a lot stronger than he is in his original Cell timeline, I will say that. He's a lot stronger. I say in terms of power levels, he's about as strong as Super Saiyan Gohan was, or Suppressed Cell was during the Cell game. So Vegeta's really strong, but he's not training right. Him and Gohan go in there one more time, just to train, just to be sure, and he wants to try and see if Gohan can unlock Super Saiyan 2, as he saw Gohan do it. So for the next year, they would continue their training, and him and Gohan would train for him to unlock Super Saiyan 2, and Goku does succeed. And he found out by tricking Gohan and making him as angry as possible, Gohan having high S cells already, being way stronger, he was able to tap into it and unlock it. But he doesn't have a good control over it. It takes a lot of anger, but still he did it. And over the next couple of months, they would continue trying to tap into it, and it gets easier each time, but Gohan doesn't have a full wrap of it like how Goku does, but he's getting there. Now that that's all done for the next 3 years of training, as that's what you guys are here for, the hyperbolic time chamber spams, now that that was done, Popo State said it's going to be down for maintenance for a while. So Goku states, well, we got about as strong as we can for the androids, so I think we're good now. Let's enjoy the next couple of days before they shall arrive. The same day, the same place, all happens. Dr. Gero and Android 19 will still show up. Now, these androids are stronger than the original selves, but even if they are a little bit stronger, Dr. Gero's technology only goes so far. Remember this, Dr. Gero stopped studying Goku around the Saiyan arc, and he only started copying Goku nearing the end of the Frieza arc when he was making Cell. So realistically, they also killed off Cell from this timeline because they destroyed the computer, and we know that Cell came from the future, came back. It's a really confusing thing, but the original Cell from the original future timeline is in this current timeline. Now, that might seem like he's super weak and he's going to get easily beat up, but we'll get that into a minute about Cell. Now, the thing is, Dr. Gero and Android 19 are a lot stronger. Their power level is pretty much around Android 16's power level, which is really, really strong. They're around first form Cell levels. Now, when Goku does meet up to fight them, he fights Android 19 and easily defeats him. Not too much of an effort in Super Saiyan, at least. As the others are watching, Dr. Gero would then make his escape. Now, they don't know about the non-key thing with androids, so Dr. Gero would blind them by using, of course, dust and everywhere. Blinding them, he would be able to escape in time, as they would have to search with their eyes, not their key sensing, which is a big handicap. Now, Dr. Gero was able to escape. Piccolo could not find him. This is when he escaped because of plot reasons. Dr. Gero would finally make it back to his lab, as they're right on his trail, though, following him. Now, Trunks did arrive, and he was utterly shocked with how strong everybody was. Even his father, Vegeta, is so much stronger. Now, Vegeta wants to fight these androids on his own, but get to that in a minute. This is when Dr. Gero would then free Android 17 and 18. They would then still kill him, and they would free Android 16. Now, once when Goku would arrive with the Z Fighters, Android 16 would see Goku, and it's game on already, as the androids want to kill Goku initially, as that is their mission. And how strong are these androids? Well, these androids are similar in level to, I would definitely say around Goku's level when he fought Cell, which is very, very, very powerful, way more powerful than they initially were, tens of 20s of 50s of times. Now, Vegeta wants to step up first, and he states, if you want to get to Kakarot Goku, you gotta go through me, because I haven't enacted my vengeance on him yet. And they're fine with that. So they would begin battling Vegeta, and Vegeta would actually be able to hold his own against Android 18. But the problem is, she has infinite stamina, so Vegeta would start to falter a little bit, but they would then start to team up. Now, this is when Android 17 would then tag team and overpower Vegeta. Now, Vegeta could still hold his own decently, but it was getting out of hand. Goku would then cut in and fight Android 17. Now, Goku in Super Saiyan was easily overpowering Android 17, not too much of a problem. Now, this is when 16 would then come in, and he's a lot stronger than Android 17 and 18. His power level is about perfect Cell level, which is really strong, as he would then fight Goku, who Goku can manage him, but he's still powerful for sure. Now, Gohan or / Piccolo would fight 17, and we know how that would go. Now, Piccolo's a real one. He's not going to waste any time. Piccolo, by this point, would turn into his power unlock form, and within a single blast, he would completely incinerate Android 17, shocking everybody with how strong Piccolo was, because he kept it hidden. But Goku and Gohan were not surprised. Android 18 was in utter shock, and she actually felt fear. And before Piccolo could turn his hand at her, Android 16 would then tell everybody to stop, as Android 16 could continue fighting Goku, but he explains that we are no match for him. And is this really what we're supposed to be doing? He would then look at Android 18 and explain that we just killed Dr. Gero. Like, why are we still following his orders? As before 16 could say anything, the reason why he stopped is because while fighting Goku, they almost destroyed a tree which had birds on it. We don't know why. As he does love nature. That is his thing. And he states that, I want to be more than just a useless android. Now, Vegeta was not hearing any of this. Ain't no way. Same with Piccolo, but Android 18 actually pleaded for her life. And Krillin even spoke up and stated, well, they haven't actually done any evil. They did kill Dr. Gero, and maybe give him a chance. And Goku actually agrees with him, shocking everybody. And Goku states, well, true, Dr. Gero made them to destroy me, but they technically haven't done anything bad yet. The true, they fought us to try and kill us, but they necessarily didn't. And realistically, Androids 17 and 18 could have killed you, Vegeta, and you know that. But they didn't do it. They just beat you up pretty good. And he says, we'll give you one chance. He would look at 18 and 16, stating, I'll give you all one chance to change your ways. But if you try anything or do anything rash, we will stop you. And the androids agree, and they'll be let go. Krillin was relieved because he has a W, and Gohan was kind of relieved a little bit because there was enough killing for today. The fact with the androids and, you know, all these people were killed by the androids, it was just, peace was finally over. Vegeta does not like that at all, as he tells Kakarot on how stupid that was, and that they could just turn and kill them in their sleep because they can't even sense their energy. And Goku states, I gave you a chance and I gave Piccolo a chance. Everybody deserves at least one chance. Vegeta hates his soft-hearted kindness, as he would just leave. Trunks wasn't the nicest about it, but Goku would, I think Goku would talk to him and reassure him, and he would then state that, look, these androids, they're different from yours, right? They kill without mercy. These ones are not. And Goku states, we'll have Piccolo keep an eye on them from afar. Trust me, if they do anything at all, you saw what Piccolo can do. He'll destroy them easily. Trunks would kind of comply, but he states, well, this is not my timeline, even though I was supposed to save it, but I'll respect your decision. Trunks would then ask Goku for help. He would then ask Goku if they could use that room that he was talking about, called the Room of Spirit and Time, or if not, at the bare minimum, train him outside for a little bit, or at least go to his future timeline and help him stop the androids. Goku would be happy to bring Trunks back to the Room of Spirit and Time. No problem at all. They do have sensu beans, if you guys remember. So that can also be classed as a food source as well, because if you eat a sensu bean, you can survive for a long time with just eating one. But, well, no, not going to happen. Now, Cell is still lurking around in the shadows, leeching around. He's doing his own thing, but we'll get to Cell in a minute, unfortunately. As by this point, Goku and Trunks, they would go into the Room of Spirit and Time once again. And Popo would allow it, since, again, he's fine with Goku and Trunks since they don't damage it too much. Vegeta and them do a lot, though. They're the reason why he has to maintenance it all the time. And Bulma does have plenty of supplies. They would then go in there and try to stay out for at least a year. It was very grueling. Goku would teach Trunks a lot of techniques and teach him a lot on how to train correctly. He would also help Trunks master a Super Saiyan form and also teach Trunks how to tap into Super Saiyan 2 during that year, because Trunks does have insane potential. Now, Trunks will be able to unlock these forms, and Trunks was very strong. In terms of power levels, Trunks fighting with Goku in the Room of Spirit and Time, as remember with Vegeta, he didn't have this chance. Trunks by this point is around Super Saiyan 2 Gohan's level, if not stronger. Goku, we'll talk about that one later. Goku's absurdly strong. Now, after this was done, Piccolo would find Cell as he sees that people were being basically turned into hollowed husks. They were disappearing. He would then sense Cell and then call him out, as Cell senses how strong Piccolo is, and he would try to absorb his energy. Now, this version of Cell is not as strong as the What If Cell that we could have made, but we'll get to Cell in a minute, as Cell would then state that he needs to absorb those androids to become perfect. And Piccolo states, you mean the one man and the one girl, right? 17 and 18. And Cell states, yes. Piccolo states, well, one of them is already destroyed, so you will never be able to achieve perfection. This would hit Cell really hard, as he doesn't even know where they are, but Piccolo states, and you think I'm going to let you get out of here? You're sadly mistaken. So Cell would try everything in his power, fire Kamehameha, everything at Piccolo. It doesn't do nothing. Piccolo would just brush it off. Piccolo would then blast a massive ki blast at Cell, blasting him to pieces. Now Cell would regenerate, and he states that I have your cells and you can't kill me. Piccolo states, oh really? Piccolo would then throw Cell by the tail up in the air and fire a massive ki blast from his mouth, completely incinerating Cell, leaving no trace from behind when he went to his power unlocked mode. Now, if we did go down the route of this version of What If Cell did absorb the androids, he would be very strong. He would be around Majin Buu level of strength, probably a little bit stronger. Now, if that was the case, Goku would have still beat him. He's a lot stronger than Majin Buu as Super Saiyan 2. It's ridiculous. So, unfortunately, Cell would have still lost no matter what. Even Gohan as Super Saiyan 2 would have been able to overpower Cell. So, Cell would have lost no matter what. Sorry, Cell. We love you, though. Now, by this point, since Cell was destroyed, Goku and Trunks would then walk out, as Goku would then go to the future with Trunks. Bulma was shocked to see Goku, and she would hug him crying, as she never thought that she would see him again. And Trunks would then state, Mom, that's not Goku from our timeline, but it is Goku. And she would understand, but still, seeing his face, no matter what, whenever he's around, you always feel like everything will be alright. As Goku will state, so where are these androids at, Trunks? And Goku states, you can stop them all by yourself with ease. If they are weaker than the other androids that we fought, you'll beat them with ease. Trunks says, yes, but I just wanted to be sure. And he states, okay, no problem. So Bulma would then send them off, as she was truly thankful that Goku was here. She feels a lot better, and happy to see his face again. As, remember, Bulma is his first friend. They're the first friends for a long time. Goku would then arrive, as the androids would be surprised to see Goku. They thought he was dead, and Trunks was back as well. Goku would then let Trunks do his own thing, avenging his master, aka Gohan. As Trunks would then, not even be in Super Saiyan, he would state, look, the name's Trunks and it's over. As they would then laugh and say, do you really think you can beat us? Trunks would give them the same abuse that he gave them while he's in base form. Trunks is very strong. So in base form, Trunks is easily overpowering them, leaving them with no mercy. As Goku would say something about saving them, but Trunks has already warned him that, listen, Goku, I gave you respect in your timeline. This is mine. These are not the same androids as the one in ours. These are more bloodthirsty and evil. And Goku knows this is not his timeline. He respects Trunks as a man to make his own decisions. And hearing the stories that Trunks has said about the androids, there was no saving these versions. So after the androids were killed, Goku would then thank Trunks and tell him that you're all good to go now. Keep on your training and train smart. You will continue getting stronger and stronger. And figure out the gravity room if Bulma does have the supplies if she ever needs it. And then Trunks states, oh, I'll definitely try. Then Goku says, oh, one more thing, I completely forgot. Goku would then give Trunks a bag of senzu beans. It was about 20 to 30 of them. He states if you are ever in deep shit, you can eat one of these and you'll regain your full strength. Use them wisely, Trunks, as remember, you can't really have any more of these. And Trunks states, thank you, Goku, honestly. Now, by this point, they would then send Cell, as Goku would turn, as Cell was surprised to see Goku was here. Cell would kind of sneak around because he senses the huge power outputs that they put out, and saw that the androids were destroyed. Cell couldn't stop it anyway, as it was too late. He saw Android 17 get blown up. Now, by this point, he would then try to attack them, or would he? He would probably try running for his life. Trunks would then track him down, throw him in the air, and completely obliterate him. So Cell got 2 L's from different timelines. And Goku was confused on what that thing was, but now that it was all over, Bulma would still make Goku a feast with the food that she does have, as Goku was not complaining about that. And Goku states, it's time for me to leave though. But he does have something for Bulma, as it was help from the other Bulma, as it was tons and tons and tons of capsules in a couple of these boxes. And these capsules had food, supplies, technology, materials, and he has a gift for Trunks. He didn't tell him. He would then press a button and then throw it, as what was it? It was a portable gravity chamber. And he even has the schematics to give to Bulma to build a big one that Bulma made for Vegeta. And he says that you can use this to get stronger, Trunks, but remember to train smart, meditate, and don't push yourself too far. And Goku states, I wish I could tell you where the Namek was, but you say that the Namek is different here, so I can't really help you with that. But either way, Trunks, you're good to go now. And Trunks will be forever thankful for this, and Goku would finally take his leave, going back to his current timeline. Now that Cell was destroyed, Goku never dies. Now Goten will still be born, and we'll get to Goten in a minute with how strong Goten actually is. His SL count will be way higher than before, and the fact that he has Goku around, Goten's going to be busted. Now Gohan, having Goku around, does have the father figure, so he does keep up his training, albeit he still studies to keep Chi-Chi happy. Goku would continue his training, and he would continue using the Hyperlock Time Chamber every year or so to try and get stronger. Now, Popo, of course, tells Goku that they can only use it so many times, and Goku agrees, so Goku would continue using it at least once a year. Now, some people are worried about Goku's aging. Remember, Saiyans don't start aging until they reach about 80 years old. Then they slowly start aging, so Saiyans can live up to be 100, 120, no one really knows. No Saiyan has lived that long anyway because they're a fighting race, they die early. Now, but it has to say by Vegeta that they stay up until they're about 80, then they start aging like normal humans. And if that is the case, realistically, there are Dragon Balls. Goku can just wish his youthfulness back. And by that point, Beerus and Whis would be there, they can just give him his youth. Goku, by this point, by the start of the Buu Saga, he would be in his mid-40s after training the Room of Spirit and Time so much. So he's about the same age as he was at the end of Super. And by the end of Super, the Room of Spirit and Time, he'll probably be in his 50s, mid 50s. So Goku's still good. And if he does start experiencing age, remember, he can just start wishing himself back to his youthfulness, and also Whis can just de-age him. If Whis can give birth to children and do all that kind of crazy stuff, reverse time, why can't he remove some gray hair? Now, far off in the distance, we will then be touching base with the Buu arc in the next one. And that is it for this What If you guys. Thank y'all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know there wasn't as much crazy fighting and crazy likeness with the What If, because I wanted to kind of like talk about the hyperbolic time chamber a lot more. That's the whole point of the What If. And I know that some of you guys complained about not using the time chamber enough. Well, there you go. A lot of the What If is them in the time chamber. Now, this will make the Buu saga go by a lot quicker, but we'll get into that one later. I got some cool ideas for that. So make sure to like this video and show it the same amount of support so I can make the finale. Now, by this point, thank you all so much for the support. I really do appreciate it. We just recently broke 24,000 subscribers, which only 13 days ago, we already broke 23, which it blows me away. When we reach 25,000 by the end of this year, which I hope, we will be at our halfway point goal to break 50,000. My goal is to break 50,000 by the end of 2025, and I know that we can all do it together. So I know you guys got my back. Thank you all so much for breaking 24,000. You guys are the absolute best. Let's do 50,000 subscribers, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Peace.